Welcome to 5-Point Prep, and welcome to AP World History Modern. Before we open a single unit, this first video hands you the map. You'll learn what this course actually covers, exactly how the exam is scored, what changes for the May 2027 test, and how to study with this series so the names, dates, and connections truly stick. Watch this one all the way through. Everything after it will make more sense. Here is the first thing that trips people up. This is AP World History Modern, and the word modern matters. The course begins around the year 1200 of the Common Era and runs to the present day. That means the Stone Age, Ancient Egypt, Rome, Classical Greece, and China are not tested. If it happened before 1200, it's background at most. Your entire focus is the last 800 years. And above all, how the regions of the world became connected. Keep that lens on the whole time. This course is about connection and change across the globe. The exam is 3 hours and 15 minutes, split into 4 parts, and this weighting tells you where the points live. Multiple choice is 40%. The 3 short answer questions are 20%. The document-based essay, the DBQ, is the single biggest piece at 25%. And the long essay, the LEQ, is 15%. Notice something crucial. The 2 essays together are 40%, exactly as much as all 55 multiple choice questions. Writing is not optional here. To earn a 5, you must build arguments, not just recognize facts. Section 1 has 2 parts and lasts 95 minutes. Part A is the multiple choice. 55 questions in 55 minutes. Every question is stimulus-based. It hangs off a source like a map, a chart, an image, a quote, or a political cartoon. And the questions arrive in sets of 3 or 4 tied to that one source. Budget about a minute each. Part B is the short answer section. 3 questions in 40 minutes. These are not essays. No thesis, just clear. Complete sentences. Each question has 3 parts, A, B, and C. The move that works is A, C, E. Answer the question directly, cite a specific piece of evidence, and explain why it matters. Do that for each part, and the points add up fast. Section 2 is 100 minutes, and it is all writing, 2 essays. First, the DBQ, the document-based question. You get 7 documents about a single historical topic, and you must use at least 6 of them to support an argument. It opens with a 15-minute reading period. Use it to plan. Top scorers do 2 extra things. They bring in outside evidence the documents never mention, and they source the documents, asking who wrote this and why. Second, the LEQ, the long essay. No documents this time. You argue entirely from your own knowledge. You get 1 broad prompt, you build a thesis, and you defend it with specific evidence. On both essays, the same truth holds. Specific beats vague, every single time. Now, one update you have to know, because your exam is the May 2027 test. The College Board redesigned the free response section starting that year. The good news first. The course content did not change, the multiple choice section did not change, and the scoring rubrics did not change. What changed is the essays. On the short answer section, all 3 questions are now required. The old option to skip one is gone, and every short answer question now includes a source to work from. On the long essay, you no longer choose among 3 prompts. You get 1 broad prompt and build your own argument. And the DBQ now pulls documents from a wider span of time, so you can bring evidence from across the whole course. Bottom line, sane history, cleaner essays. Just make sure you practice with 2027 format questions, not exams from before the change. Here is the whole course on one screen. 9 units, in order, each with its time period and how much of the multiple choice section it tends to cover. Notice the 4 highlighted units in the middle. Land-based empires, transoceanic interconnections, revolutions, and consequences of industrialization. Together, Units 3 through 6 make up roughly half of the multiple choice questions. They are your high-leverage units. Master these first. But do not skip the lighter units. Units 1 and 2 set up every trade network the rest of the course builds on, and Units 7, 8, and 9 are where the essays about the modern world come from. The exam is not really testing 800 years of trivia. It is testing 6 themes, and every unit revisits all 6. Theme 1, Humans and the Environment. How geography, climate, disease, and resources shape life. Theme 2, Cultural Developments. Religions, ideas, art, and science, and how they spread. Theme 3, Governance. How states form, expand, run themselves, and get challenged. Theme 4, Economic Systems. Trade, labor, money, and how goods are made and moved. Theme 5, Social Interactions, Hierarchies, Gender Roles, Family, and Identity. And Theme 6, Technology and Innovation, the tools that change how people live and connect. When you can name the theme behind a question, the answer gets much easier. Alongside the themes, the exam rotates through 3 reasoning skills, the ways it forces you to think like a historian. First, causation, identifying what caused an event and what that event caused in turn, and separating the immediate trigger from the deeper, long-term causes. Second, comparison, showing how 2 things are alike and different. 2 empires, 2 regions, 2 moments, and explaining why. Third, continuity and change over time, pinning down what stayed the same and what changed across a period, and what drove the shift. Every essay prompt is built on one of these 3. Learn to spot which one a prompt is asking for, and you already know how to structure your answer. Here is your first memory trick, and it is the one that carries through the entire course. Under exam pressure, students blank on the 6 themes. So don't memorize 6 labels, memorize 1 word. Spicy. S is social, classes, gender, hierarchy. P is political, states, rulers, power. I is interaction, humans and the environment. C is cultural, religion, ideas, art. E is economic, trade, labor, money. And T is technology, tools and innovation. 6 letters, 6 themes. Every time you read a document or a prompt, run through SPICET and ask which theme it is really about. That single habit will sharpen your multiple choice and give your essays a backbone. So what actually earns a 5? Start with the floor. You need roughly 28 of the 55 multiple choice questions correct, plus solid essay points just to land a 3. Here is how the top scorers climb higher. First, argument beats trivia. A clear thesis backed by 3 well-used examples will always outscore 10 names dropped with no point behind them. Second, be specific. Saying many people traded earns nothing. Saying Swahili merchants traded gold and enslaved people across the Indian Ocean earns the point. Third, reach beyond Europe. Graders specifically reward detailed evidence from Africa, Asia, and the Americas. And that is exactly where most students run thin. And fourth, connect across units. Tie your topic to an earlier or later period, because that cross-period thinking is how you earn the hardest point on the rubric, complexity. Here is how to get the most out of this series. Step 1. Watch one topic at a time. Each unit is broken into short chapter videos, 1.1, 1.2, and so on. So watch them actively and resist the urge to binge 6 in a row. Step 2. Let the visuals do the memory work. These slides are deliberately built so that the images, colours, and layout anchor the names and dates. When you need a fact later, picture the slide and the fact comes with it. Step 3. Stop on the recap slide at the end of every video. Look away from the screen and say the key points out loud before you move on. That retrieval is what moves information into long-term memory. And step 4. Finish each unit with the unit review video, where we run practice multiple choice and short answer questions in the real exam format, so you can test yourself. Let's lock in the essentials before we open Unit 1. Scope. This course covers only 1200 to the present, nothing ancient. And it's really about global connection and change. Scoring. Multiple choice, 40%. Short answer, 20. The DBQ, 25. The long essay, 15. And remember, the two essays together equal all the multiple choice. The 2027 update. Content and rubrics are unchanged. But all three short answer questions are now required with sources, and the long essay is a single broad prompt. The framework to carry everywhere. 6 themes, remembered as SPICE T, crossed with 3 reasoning skills: causation, comparison, and continuity and change. And the winning move on every essay: be specific, reach beyond Europe, and connect across time periods. Get those in your head, and you are ready to start. That's your map. Next up is Unit 1, the global tapestry, where we travel the world as it stood around the year 1200. Song Dynasty China, the Islamic world of Dar al-Islam, the great states of the Americas, the kingdoms of Africa, and a fragmented Europe. We'll take it one chapter at a time. Subscribe to 5 Point Prep so you don't miss a single one, and I'll see you in Unit 1.